Senator Rand Paul says we could face another Great Depression. Do you believe him? Happy to have you along, my fellow Americans. I'm Sam Bushman with another Liberty Roundtable live short video brought to you in part by freedomsrisingsun.com. How would you like to preserve the nation? To Preserve the Nation is a collegiate DVD series to help you understand the Founding Fathers, the checks and balances, the proper role of limited constitutional government, and more. That's freedomsrisingsun.com. Senator Rand Paul says we could face another depression. He says this: President Trump's recently announced tariffs represent the most significant protectionist trade action America has taken since the 1930s.
Tariffs have also led to political decimation. When McKinley most famously put tariffs on in 1890, they lost 50% of their seats in the next election. When Smoot-Hawley put on their tariff in the early 1930s, we lost the House and the Senate for 60 years. So they're not only bad economically, they're bad politically.
Back then, Congress imposed tariffs on over 20,000 goods under the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, a move that peaked the Great Depression, hurt American families. History warns us, says Rand Paul, that broad tariffs can raise consumer costs, disrupt trade, and risk economic retaliation, in other words, consequences. He says our founding fathers designed a system of checks and balances for a reason. No single individual should have the power to unilaterally disrupt or burden our economy. These tariffs are plain and simple a tax on you, the American consumer, and Congress must have a say, says Rand Paul. I genuinely agree with this point. You say, wait a minute, Sam, you're the guy screaming tariffs are a wonderful thing. What gives? The answer is tariffs are an incredible thing when controlled by Congress, when they're very small and consistent and stable. When you create tariffs on a whim and create a tariff trade war, or when you use tariffs as too much of a bully pulpit, whatever you want to call it, at some point you create a moral hazard in the economy. American businesses don't know what they're to expect. Should they bring in new products, or should they wait for the tariffs to go down? Or should they bring in a ton of product before the tariffs even get put in place? What should people do? And when you create a moral hazard in society because people don't know, you violate the proper role of government. Government is designed to create stability, a level playing field, honoring of contracts, and then basically get out of the way of the free economy. Rand Paul's right. If we don't get a handle on these tariffs and make them consistent, uniform, and small, it'll get way out of control, and it might create the next depression. What is the answer? The answer, my fellow Americans, is to reduce taxes internally, domestically in the United States of America. For starters, shut down the IRS. They've been judge, jury, and executioner for way too long. Shut down the IRS, back small appropriate trade and tariffs, and let's stand with our founding fathers, shall we? I pray we don't enter another depression, but we could if we don't get a handle on proper, sound, free market-based economics. And I'm Sam Bushman. That's another Liberty Roundtable live short video. God save our republic.